At the Rafah crossing, but the other story, of course, we're keeping across that there are live pictures from is off a prison in the West Bank. And Saeed, you're with me now. What do we know about the Palestinian prisoners who will be released today?
As it's mentioned in the reports in the news, will be children and young people. They were detained in Israel. This will be the first part of 150 people will be released. Will be an Egyptian security team in there to receive them, because they are the main mediator on the ground to do that. And then they will be taken through that to Egypt, and then they will be reunited with their families after there's some medical checks, security checks. So this will happen once Israeli or the Israeli delegation in Egypt and Rafah receives the Israeli 13 released hostages.
And why were these people jailed?
Well, just because they were accused, according to Israel.
So this is administrative detention we're talking about with these prisoners? Absolutely,
they were detained by Israel and they consider them as terrorists. So there is like a sentence against them to be in prison, and the Supreme Court in Israel should like make a decree to take them out according to the judicial system of Israel. And this happened before in 2014 when there is like some swap with Gilad Shalit with about 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. One of them is Yahya Sinwar, the leader of the Hamas in Gaza now, and who is leading the military operation against Israeli targets.
So do we know if any of these prisoners, these women and children we understand, have been convicted of any violent crimes, or were they all just prisoners in administrative detention?
No, they are all of them, like according to the news, they are under like detention, but there is no like sentence against them, but they put in prison because of some action taken against them, because of the Israeli consider them as a terrorist doing something against the Israeli targets.
So just earlier we saw Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and the Belgian Prime Minister as well, Alexander De Croo. They were there at the Rafah crossing discussing developments and calls for peace, obviously, and again reiterating a call from the European Union for a two-state solution. What has the Egyptian President El-Sisi said about this over the past 24 hours?
President Sisi said long time ago, and other Arab leaders, the only solution for this problem on the long run is two-state, Palestinian state on the border of 4th of June 1967, and the capital is East Jerusalem. What El-Sisi, President Sisi said today, added today, he is ready to accept what's called demilitarized Palestinian state with the potential of the presence of international forces to help that in order to convince Israel to revive and reactivate the peace process. Because once done that, I think it will make the legitimacy of Hamas taken away from them, because legitimacy of Hamas is based on defending the Palestinian people and having a Palestinian state. Once a Palestinian state established, it will help Israel to achieve security. So what Israel trying to do since 7th of October and before to eradicate Hamas, they couldn't do that, and I think they will not eradicate Hamas because they are under tunnels and everywhere. So the only, I think, establishing a Palestinian state will help the security of Israel as well as the Palestinian and the region, because legitimacy of Hamas will be over and people will support the peace, and I don't think will be any potential attacks against Israel. So in Israel's interest to have a Palestinian state.
Frank, I'm going to bring